Today I'm starting out in the pepper field.
I'm gonna try and get some Cuban now, which is another sweet frying pepper, just like the Italianelle. They're just a little bit thinner shelled than the Italian. But if you closed your eyes, I think they have the same exact flavor.
I finished up the Cuban and now I moved on to another pepper that's kind of similar in color and a little bit in shape, but nothing in flavor. These are a Hungarian hot wax, or also known as banana peppers, and they are like a mild hot. But this year it seems like they're more than just mild. And we've heard that from multiple different customers, and that could be because these are a different variety than what we usually grow. I'm not really sure though.
So now Mom and I came up here to the zucchini and Lebanese squash. We're gonna start out with the Lebanese right here, move into yellow zucchini, and then green zucchini.
This is a new patch. I think this is only the second time that we're picking it, so we're not getting a ton. Usually with this distance we should be filling around 2 or 3 of those white boxes, but they're just not producing a lot right now.
Alright, that's it. The Lebanese. Lebanese are now done. Mom's putting them on the Kubota, and we're gonna now move into the yellow zucchini. Last time I picked these I didn't get any, but I do see a couple now. The stems of these are really hidden, so I kind of don't use a knife and I just push in and twist, and usually it comes off just like that. You get that in there?
You cut it?
No. I just push in and twist.
It's pretty small.
Oh. Well, if it's that small, then don't pick it.
Well, it's
And
fine
you
for
twist
me.
it.
I think it's beautiful. You gotta cut that one.
So we just got back with the zucchini, and we're gonna get them in the cooler and then wash everything that I got picked earlier today. Shouldn't take too long. The biggest thing is onions, because you gotta shell them before they go through. So we got everything washed, and now to finish up the day, we're gonna turn on the irrigation in all of our pepper fields. Really, it's only 2, but it's a long strip. It's like 1,200 feet or something like that. So I just got down here to the pond. First thing I gotta do is get the water primed all the way up to here, and then I can turn it on, and it's gonna go underneath the ground up to the field, and then it'll start going out. I don't know if you can hear the fire whistles are going off like crazy. Apparently there's a pretty bad fire going on. They're currently going past our house. This is like the 2nd or 3rd fire truck now that's went through, so hopefully everybody's okay. Yuck. Okay, so I got it primed. Now we're gonna run up here to the field. Daisy's coming too. And open the valve. This is the pepper field, which you see me out in all day or most of the day. It goes from here all the way out to the woods, obviously through this pipe. Right up here is where it surfaces. Turn this baby on. Can't do it with one hand. So we just got the line started up. It's finally getting primed all the way out to the end. We gotta juice it up quite a bit yet, but it's looking good so far. It's a little bit windy. We were hoping the wind would blow this way to get all of the eggplant, because it's gonna be a struggle for it to reach all the way across, but even if we can get half of it, that's better than nothing at all. So we'll see what happens. We're gonna juice it up though, as much as we can to reach out this far. Just gotta watch. If you juice it up too much, you could blow the pipes apart, and then we have a bigger problem on our hands. So it's the next day, just got down here to the farm. Ended up shutting the water off in the field at like 11:30, 12 o'clock, something like that, which gave it 4 hours to water. I don't know how much rain that's equivalent to, but I think it's like an inch and a half, something like that. And so now I just got the truck backed in because it's Tuesday, the market opens back up for the week, and I'm gonna start getting that loaded. Here's the potatoes that we washed yesterday. Now that they're dried off, I'm gonna cover them with a blanket. That way the sunlight doesn't turn them green. So I just got some of the stuff out of the cooler. This is definitely not everything, but it's a good variety.
After getting the market set up, Dad and I come up here to the mid-season cold crops to get some cabbage.
I like to put these on top, does it matter? Thankfully, the guys did show up today. So now that Dad and I are done with cabbage, I'm going to pick them up because they've been out in the bell peppers, getting a couple green, couple red, just like I did yesterday, the day before. But now we have some orders we're trying to fill. And then after that, they were moving down into the pimento to get 3 solid red. Again, I think for another order. If not, we'll just sell them at market. Dad got up this morning and turned on the irrigation down in the coal crops again. Now this is for the 2nd time. That should be good for them then, hopefully. We actually have 2 different lines running in there. That's why it seems like there's so many rainbirds. Just because it's too wide, we couldn't reach all the way across. Looks like it's doing a beautiful job. A lot of times we irrigate later in the day and into the night because that's when you're getting the most water to touch down onto the ground and actually soak in. When you do it during the day, when the sun is out, a lot of that will actually evaporate before it touches the ground, and then you're just losing a lot of water for no reason. But today is kind of a cooler day, cloudy, and we started earlier in the day, so it's gonna be just fine. Cantaloupes are next on the agenda. I see a lot of yellow ones out there. This field was our early season cole crop field, along with our first patch of pickles, cucumbers, and zucchini. All the cole crops have been done for a while besides kale. That just keeps going. But now we just finished up the pickles. They're getting too twisted up and ugly to keep picking. We're still picking zucchini, but just barely. It's not really producing a lot, but we're not gonna kill it if it's still producing at all. So we're gonna let that go for a little bit longer. And then the red beets, which you can't really see, are on the other side of those, but without rain and us not irrigating, they're really not growing very fast. So we're just starting to pick right now. We didn't pick yesterday, but there is a ton now. This time of year, they don't seem to fully ripen like all the way around, I guess just because it's not as hot. And so you'll see just like one part of it will be yellow. That means it's ready. That was actually pretty yellow though. But you can just see out through here, we're gonna be picking almost the entire row. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to go back for another bin though, because one bin ain't gonna do it. There's no way, because we have that side and this side. So we'll see what happens. Something like this, we'll let go. Like all those aren't ready. This must be a different variety just because there's not quite as many ripe. There's two, but we'll see what happens here in a little bit. We ended up getting more cantaloupe than expected, which is a good thing. We got 2 bins here and here. For this time of year, that's a lot. In the heart of the season, you know, 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 bins is common. And then here's our bin of cabbage that Dad and I got. And all the stuff here and over there is what I picked yesterday. So we just got back from picking pumpkins. I didn't get to record just because the guys were leaving and we wanted to get as much done as possible before they left. This is what we got. We unloaded everything that the farm market needed first, so that's why we only have like a half bin of stackers. We did bring back 2 full bins of pumpkins. Here's another mixed bin of Hubbard squash and pumpkins. The sugars were already here. And then we did pick a full bin of white pumpkins that is now not even half full just because, like I said, we dropped some off at the market. And then now Mom and I are washing some bell, some acorn that we got while we were out in the pumpkins, and some of the gourds, which this is the first time we're picking these for the year. I picked them. I don't know where Marcus gets the big ones from, because every time I go down, they're picked off. And the row's not that long. So it's basically the end of the day. Sammy showed up after her pharmacy rotation. And what I wanted to do, since we haven't had any rain, was water the dill, which you can see her watering there behind me. And so obviously you've seen us before with the irrigation pipe laying it through the field. Then we get the pumps running and it pumps water, 500 to 1,000 feet, however much we need. And that's one way to do it. But now we are doing it a different way just because we only have 2 little rows of dill. It doesn't seem worth it to run the irrigation pipe all the way out here. And then it would just be an overkill. So we thought of this little method here. We've got our 400-gallon water tank, which we don't have it filled that full. There's only 100 gallon of water in there. And it's just the pressure of the water pushing it out of the hose, which Sammy's got there, and we're watering the row. Sammy, you can water this row as well.
How you did?
Oh. Well, you can go over it again because we're gonna have a lot of...
Twice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. So the dill is extremely beautiful and lush, but it's not gonna be that way for much longer if it doesn't get rain. So that's what we're doing. And it's actually working out really well. The only other real option we have is filling 5-gallon buckets full of water and just hauling them out here with like the Kubota. But that just seems crazy. This took a little bit longer to set up and fill up, but now it's very simple. That first row over there stops right there, and the other row goes up over the hill. We're trying to push this dill as much as possible because we are coming into fall and it's still pretty young. And so with these colder nights, it's just not growing quite as fast as it would like in the heart of the summer. And so we want to give it all the help we can to get it to the size we want it to. I don't know if Sammy loves it or hates it. It's also kind of hard to judge how much water we need to use. Like, we're trying to soak it, but if you water it too much, it's just gonna run off and all gonna disappear. So we want it to soak in, but also not use too much.
Oh, you scared me. Whoa! What are you doing?
The tractor is self-driving.
Logan.
This still probably wouldn't need it. Definitely not gonna hurt it, that's for sure. But we got the water here, we might as well give it to it. Tractor is getting a little bit far away.